was not chicken.
This wasn't chicken. I didn't realize it until 13 years later. And then, once again, I repeated the same mistake. As we uncover the truth behind this Singapore food trap, I'll introduce 7 dishes truly loved in Singapore. Yeah.
3 iconic Singapore dishes. Before the 7 dishes, what are Singapore's 3 most iconic foods?
Chicken rice, laksa, and chili crab. Chili crab features a large crab coated in a rich tomato and chili sauce. It is not overwhelmingly hot. The sauce is slightly sweet and packed with the crab's natural flavor. But it is not included in today's 7. Why? Every time I cracked the shell, the sauce went flying, so I could never get a clean, appetizing shot of it.
It is almost impossible to eat without making a mess.
Along with chicken rice and laksa, I'll also introduce several dishes that are less well known internationally. Let's begin with the classic chicken rice.
Dish 1. Signature boiled Kampong chicken.
Our first dish is signature boiled Kampong chicken. Its signature feature is the glossy skin and its wonderfully bouncy texture. I visited Boon Tong Kee, a legendary but still down-to-earth local institution. It is famous for chicken rice, rooted in Hainanese tradition and developed with Cantonese-style cooking techniques. Here, the star is not the rice, but the poached chicken. Kampong means village in Malay. The chicken is cut into thick slices and the sauce is poured over it at the table. The rice is served separately. This chicken skin is bouncy, or maybe jiggly?
Either way, it looks almost like gelatin. You would expect the fat to melt away when it is cooked.
Good point. And although I expected it to be warm, it was actually cold. I had imagined steaming hot chicken, so that surprised me. But the jiggly skin and firm, juicy meat make it deeply satisfying. The simple combination of ginger and soy sauce never gets old. The secret lies in the cooking process. The whole chicken is gently cooked over low heat and then plunged into cold water. Slow cooking, followed by rapid cooling, keeps the skin jiggly and the meat moist yet firm. You have to try this bouncy, jiggly chicken for yourself.
I want to try that bouncy, jiggly chicken. Yeah. Dish 2. Char Siew chicken rice.
This version of chicken rice has a deep roasted color and a sweet, savory glaze. I found it at a food court on Sentosa Island. A bright yellow whole chicken stood out in the display. I switched to this one because it looked more strongly seasoned. For the chicken rice, I picked this version. It looked a little like Peking duck. I chose Char Siew chicken rice. Despite the name, this is chicken prepared with a sweet, savory Char Siew-style glaze rather than pork.
It looks like a completely different dish from the white poached chicken.
And when I tasted it, it tastes a little like Japanese teriyaki chicken. Delicious. It has a sweet, savory flavor similar to Japanese teriyaki, along with the aroma of its roasted surface.
Both the appearance and the flavor are completely different. So chicken rice is not just one single dish.
There is classic Hainanese chicken rice, white poached Kampong chicken, honey roasted chicken, and Cantonese barbecue-style Char Siew chicken. It is a very Singaporean evolution, shaped by a multi-ethnic city. And the chicken rice I ate 13 years ago still had one secret left.
Dish 3. Chinese amaranth soup with gold and silver eggs.
Dishes that arrive from southern China have also taken on distinctive new forms in Singapore. Our third dish takes us back to Boon Tong Kee. It is Chinese amaranth soup with gold and silver eggs, made with 3 different kinds of egg.
Gold and silver? Which egg did you drop into the pond? The golden one or the silver one?
I dropped a regular egg. Wait, wasn't there an old fable like that? But that one was about axes, not eggs. In this dish, 3 different eggs take center stage. If we go by their appearance, the ordinary one is a chicken egg, whisked into the soup. The golden egg is a salted duck egg. The silver egg is a preserved duck egg, better known as a century egg. The chicken egg makes the soup smooth and gentle. The salted duck egg adds saltiness and richness. And the century egg brings another layer of deep, savory flavor. The green vegetable is amaranth, sometimes called Chinese spinach. It may be unfamiliar to many viewers, but its flavor is mild and approachable. Although it looks like a simple vegetable dish, it is really closer to a rich egg soup. With its golden and silver eggs, it even looks auspicious. It is well worth trying.
Dish 4. Deep-fried prawn toast.
Our fourth dish also comes from Boon Tong Kee. It is made by spreading minced prawn over bread and deep frying it. This is prawn toast, a dish believed to have originated in Guangdong, China. The savory flavor of prawn combines with the slight sweetness of bread to create a substantial appetizer. At Boon Tong Kee, it is served with mayonnaise. The toast is crisp, while the prawn filling is wonderfully bouncy.
Bouncy again? I did not expect bread to appear in a Chinese dish.
Western-style bread meets the Chinese technique of preparing minced prawn, making this an early fusion dish. One theory traces it to Guangdong in the late 19th century, after which it spread across the sea to Singapore, Japan, and the United Kingdom. In Nagasaki, Japan, a related dish is known as hatoshi. There, minced prawn is sandwiched between slices of bread and deep fried. In the United Kingdom, sesame-coated prawn toast is especially popular. In the Cantonese name ha do si, ha means prawn. Do si comes from the English word toast.
Dish 5. Lor Mee.
Our fifth dish is Lor Mee, which I found at a small outlet called Eat inside a shopping mall. Its roots lie in Fujian-style noodles that traveled to Singapore, where they developed into this popular noodle dish covered in thick gravy.
With that color, it has to be spicy, right?
No, it was not spicy at all.
スープが八宝菜のあんのような、なんていうんだろうな、ドロッとしてますね。
The gravy is like the thick sauce on a Chinese stir-fry. It is really thick.
なんか焼肉のタレみたいな。
It reminds me of a thick, sweet barbecue sauce. Rather than a soup, it is a rich gravy that clings to the noodles. Its sweet, savory flavor is layered with the umami of pork and seafood. Lor Mee is a bowl that offers a taste of Singapore's hawker culture. Hawker culture centers on public food centers filled with individual food stalls where people can enjoy affordable, quick, and casual meals. Chinese, Malay, Indian, and other food traditions exist side by side, supporting busy urban lives and working households. People gather there from breakfast until late at night, making them Singapore's other dining room. Lor Mee is a perfect example. Diners add black vinegar, garlic, and chili, adjusting the flavor to suit their own taste.
Dish 6. Ayam Rendang.
So far, the dishes have mainly had Chinese roots. The final two show a stronger influence from the Malay world. Our sixth dish comes from Heavenly Wang at Changi Airport. It is Ayam Rendang. It may resemble curry, but rendang is not meant to leave a bowl of sauce behind. The meat is simmered with coconut milk and spices until much of the liquid evaporates and the flavors become concentrated. The chicken is tender and delicious. Really tender and delicious. Singapore's three largest ethnic communities are Chinese, Malay, and Indian. Rendang originated in West Sumatra and spread throughout the Malay world, eventually becoming a familiar dish in Singapore as well.
So it is Malay in origin. It is not Indian then.
However, ingredients such as turmeric and ginger also overlap with spices used in Indian cooking. Beef rendang is better known around the world, but the chicken version is also an easier choice for people who avoid beef. Ayam means chicken in Malay. That is why the dish is called Ayam Rendang. It bridges different culinary traditions and dietary practices, making it a very Singaporean dish.
Dish 7. Signature Singapore Laksa.
Our final dish is Singapore Laksa, one of the country's most iconic noodle dishes. I ate it at Green Dot in Changi Airport. I think these are rice noodles.
やはりココナッツ風味のスープが南国風味を感じがしますね。
The coconut-based broth really gives it a tropical flavor.
ココナッツ風味が効いてて南国風味だ。
The coconut comes through clearly, very tropical.
そしてこれ魚の切り身ですかね。はい。
And this, maybe a piece of fish?
ミートボールです。
Yes, a meatball.
A fish ball?
It is a gentle, comforting broth with a tropical flavor.
南国風味のスープですね。何回
How many times am I going to say tropical?
You are even calling yourself out for running out of words.
そしてこれ。おそらくなんですけど、エビの
And I think this is a prawn ball made from minced prawn.
プリップリの食感です。
The texture is bouncy, really bouncy.
Bouncy again? But is it prawn? I thought you said fish.
The truth is, I had made one major mistake. I ate it without a second thought, assuming it was full of seafood. But it was actually vegan.
What? And you did not realize until now? The chicken rice I misunderstood for 13 years.
What I had thought was a seafood dish was actually plant-based. It was a shocking fact I discovered only after returning home. Then, while preparing this video, I looked back through photos from my 2013 trip to Singapore.
This chicken rice style dish is not actually chicken rice.
What? This dish, which looked exactly like chicken rice, was plant-based too. Looking more closely, the menu did not say chicken rice. It said chicken rice with a hyphen. And the sign even said no meat.
It was all clearly written right there.
For 13 years, I thought it was real chicken. Why did I fail to notice twice? Singapore has a long tradition of Chinese-style vegetarian cuisine, alongside Indian vegetarian traditions. It is also an international city visited by people from around the world. That is why plant-based dishes can sit naturally beside other foods, looking every bit as appetizing. Laksa, itself a fusion of Chinese and Malay food cultures, has now evolved into vegan versions as well. So this was the Singapore food trap. That meat or seafood dish in front of you might not contain any meat or seafood at all.
13 years is a long time to miss the clues.
I hope you enjoyed the journey. Singaporean cuisine keeps evolving as it absorbs influences from many cultures. I hope you'll taste that depth for yourself.
And San, next time, please read the menu properly.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Curiosity connects us all. If you love discovering real culture, please subscribe this channel